Late to the party, cleans up one, cleans up two, and
nice. 41 points. Nice.
The victory royale, 10 eliminations, 44 points, putting them in contention again. We're into the final hour of Europe. We are right there. These are the matches that decide those last spots. 4 are up for grabs, Shai. That's it. 4 left.
It's all around the world, man. Low, mid, and height. Everything getting contested. Juice to milk for eliminations on every single layer. And Sean Nirvana just played it perfectly there. We see the chaos of all these builds, all these layer switches, just trying to survive. It is the last as well. Everyone's just trying out their own strategies over these 9 weeks of preparation they've had, solos and duos. A lot of people splitting up, playing with new duos as well. We've seen that a lot in NA East, as well in EU. As we get into this next game, Issa and Camo on the low ground.
Yep, and you can see that controller duo trying to represent and do everything they can. Issa has already qualified for the solos. Camo trying to find his way to
Let's go, Issa.
Can they make it? And this is
Come on, Issa.
thinnest end games we've seen so far with 39
No,
players, but still 22
if you're
duos.
commenting
So
on, are you playing or not playing?
Representative Issa and Camo's 8 elims right now. Super impressive, and there you go. Finally now into that last hour. Third time is the charm, 56 minutes.
All right, see ya.
Again, if you are just joining us and it's one of your first weekends watching, it is 3 hours or 10 matches. The semifinals were played yesterday.
Let's go, Issa.
The qualifying spots are in the top right. We have already seen the BES duo advance out of Oceania and the Trigger QQ duo from Vietnam take home the spot out of Asia. Which 4 will join them in Europe? And who do you got your eyes on, Shai?
For me, at the moment, I think that Shaw is just playing amazingly right now. I also think that there's going to be a lot of chances for Camo and Issa to pop up as well. They've been up and down in the leaderboards at the moment, but as we can see over here, these high elim games, if you get 1 or 2 pop-offs right back into the running, there is only an hour left, but everyone's already experienced in playing their 10 games, knowing that, hey, if we're behind 2 or 3 games, we can play a little bit aggro here, and then catch up with those big placement types of games later on. So hopefully these guys and their game plans work out. We'll see what's up right now. A little bit of a sneaky game coming in, a 4-gun loadout, which we don't see too much from Issa, with combats, ARs, drum guns, a very AR heavy medium ammo loadout. Low people as well on mid at the moment. A lot of calmness. When there's not too many people in the server, you have these stalemate moments where a lot of people get to have a lot of information. Now this is good for 2 reasons. One, the people who are boxing up know a lot of things about one another, but the bad part about it is that if everyone has information on everyone, there's so many more sightlines that get abused and used for eliminations left and right around the whole map.
Yeah, it's much harder to manufacture eliminations in this circumstance because everyone is used to playing. And it's kind of nuts that we've gotten to a point in Fortnite where 39 people in a 5th circle is like, oh yeah, you know, that's not that dense, you know, it's fine, you got some room to move around and work with. But like, normally the reason people say play for late is because when you get so chaotic, if you are deliberate and you're able to get your rotation down, you will get opportunities to pick off other players. And you can see there just how aggressive these guys have been. 1,102 damage above the Storm Surge threshold. Again, that will turn off once we get down to below 30 players. As you see the launch pad come out, no bonks there. Thought about challenging for height instead. Gonna go far side of the zone and box up and turn.
Camo now missing his partner, actually. They finally get together once again. He's going to be boxing up, waiting for any elims to happen. These guys have 8 elims together in total. Heavy Snipe coming into onto the box as well in front of them. No follow-up, though, as it's not possible. These guys are on split layers, although that's very good for sightlines and different vantage points. Sometimes the synchronization can get desynchronized when you're not together with your duo partner.
Stay with your buddy. Particularly, it's week 10. Come on. Like, how many times, like, unless your name is Mongrel, like, trying to just 1v2 the rest of the lobby generally hasn't worked out for a lot of players. And right now, Issa and Camo recognizing that, getting back together, still on 8 elims, and now they're going to try and kind of level out the loadout. Interesting to see him dropping the heavy sniper in favor of still running the double AR, but I'm Trash living up to his name there as Issa just blasts him with the combat shotgun. Can't poke there, can't challenge against one of the best players out of Europe, gets the conversion over, and we're closing in on that top 15.
Very, very smooth build over there to get right back up to his partner. But no, these guys are split now. Issa going on for a 1v1. Camo getting a nice low tier or low ground knockdown on his enemy. Max going down on 60 hertz. You gotta up those hertz, but you guys see these people coming. Camo moving around. Issa popping off on his lair as well. These guys are owning the whole server, making sure everything's getting shredded down on numbers. Ash going down as well. The finish is coming out. These guys have collectively done so much damage. Drop-offs. It's chaos. Mobs going down. What's happening over here, Sunday?
15 elims.
15.
He just ran up to 15 elims. And notice how he's constantly checking his side. Can make it 16.
Oh my God.
As well. Who says we need a teammate? He says, Mongrel, who? My name is Ghost Issa, and I'm here to make a play. Cameras in a box. What's in the box? It's the Ghost duo. They want to make it to New York City. They want to go together. One isn't enough as we're closing in on the top 10.
Let's go.
38 points so far. 17 elims. They're already on 22 points just from this match, but they are not stopped yet. There's still chaos going on. Pushes forward. Jackson goes down. Trap gets armed right next to him, and they're into the top 10. Issa picks up another one on the high ground. They're on 19 now. He needs to circle back around and find the zone, and he finally does. Narshti goes down. Delay goes
almost
down.
20 bomb. One more kill. 20 bomb. 20 bomb.
Well,
oh my God, 21.
Working. They haven't taken any damage that's significant at all. Still both alive on separate. They're playing solos. Guys, you queued up for the wrong mode. What's going on? It's 9 circle, 8 people alive, both on separate layers. Still 3 stinks available for pressure, doing their own thing back to back.
Nice.
Goes down. The workout's too much for him. Another sting going on height to help out his buddy Issa on
22
Finally, these guys are getting put in check. Issa taking stinks. 1 HP. He goes down. Can Kemba clutch up? A mini coming up. The enemy pops in with a heavy
No!
GG, big rain, but so many eliminations as we move on to the last 1v1. Alphen up with Mark going and bullying the last.
Alphen and Smoke is gonna win this.
Camo also going down as well. Alphen with a big combat shotgun pop shot. Intensive 8x finally going down as well. They secured the elim points. They secured the victory royale as well. But Camo and Issa, holy moly.
That was huge right there, but not to be understated. Alphen and Duo picking up 18 points right there, 8 elims and the victory route. Zeke, that was nuts.
Sundown, that was absolutely insane. I mean, first of all, it's so awesome to hear Shy's voice and hear how incredibly he's a casting. Let's just
a great first cast. That was
great first cast, especially in that game with Issa and Camo. Controller Lords, you got to think with another pop-out performance like that.
Yes.
They could be potentially contesting for a spot.
They could be the only full controller duo to qualify for a World Cup. It is the last chance for any of that to happen. So with games like that, Zeke, this is
just the start of the day, by the way. This is the first block of games. We have way more Fortnite, but for now, let's hang out with Bala. I know you pulled some clips for us to take a look at. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, I can explain. I can explain some clips here of what happened into those games. Tickle. I mean, he's by himself, he's trying to clutch up, and everything was going wrong there. He ended up being placed underneath the stairs. His heavy snipe didn't get the wall. The turbo build came in, and then even here, getting the stairs placed, this duo was going to come out on top of him, but he's able to stay composed, get the elimination, and then another situation that was unexpected. Somebody lands right behind him, and he still managed to get away, even with low HP. And when we looked at the leaderboards at the front, we saw all of these teams that were in this game here, Orc and Andalex on high ground. They use the chug splashes to recoup a little bit before Intellect unfortunately gets a little antsy, jumps out, and that's going to be the end because both Andalex and Orc are looking down on top of him. Here, Osmo goes on a tear with his teammate Milan. And I mean, some of the things that they did here, this was really interesting to me because you used to run out in the storm and just take the damage from the storm to get the loot. But in this case, he's using the chug splash to recover instantly. And then what a catch there from Osmo. We're going to look at another team here, Provoked and Imagine, who are so close to qualifying week after week, especially last week 8. Provoked actually goes down on a waterfall there as somebody makes his way there. But this shot was disgusting. He didn't even actually get that elimination. He did a 112 to him to the face, but actually Jorge, who was up on high ground towards the end, managed to nag that from him, but then Osmo taking on both Carnifex and Army by himself. Back on Imagine though, as Osmo finally, because he doesn't have his shotgun reloaded, ends up going down. Imagine with the good attempt after we saw Provoked end up going down from fall damage, takes out Risk while in the storm, and then makes another storm play to kind of try to catch him by surprise, but it's not going to be enough. But it was so close, Zeke. This shot right here, and then look at this. He was so close. He already had his crosshair on his face, but no. Jorge is going to take the win just barely by milliseconds here, Zeke. This was so close.
Man, coming down there to the wire, man, this is just what Fortnite is, right? Like, everyone's going to give it their
When it's on
all.
intermission, I'm
Everyone
going to play
wants to qualify, and that's the kind of
the
stuff
thing.
we're seeing. Let's take a look at the leaderboard to see how things are shaking out currently. I can't even read.
Benji and Mr. Fred and Mr. Savage.
Magisk. I'm going to call him Magisk.
Great. And TTV on the Beast, we know you. You've been hanging out here for a while. At the top still, though, 7 games remaining.
Yeah.
This is pretty substantial. 3 victory odds right now, 100% win rate.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
That is ridiculous. I mean, 62 points. This might be flipped here. Games remaining versus matches played, possibly. Benji, Fishy, and Mr. Savage, we've seen them week after week. And people are starting to, use that Fishy tag at the end of their name to get the good luck. But, I mean, for Wolfies and Rojo were up here earlier.
They have no wins, and they're still on the top of the leaderboard. That's insane.
Vato, who are just barely, I think they got 9th place twice in a row in the duos week. So that's one of the French-speaking duos that have not yet made it. We saw the Solar you guys go through
Sorry,
before.
hold on.
And then some of these other guys as well, Alex and Orc, we saw their win. And Dreda, who had the crazy performance in week 9, you guys watched it. Just unbelievable. So it's shaping up. I mean, I remember seeing Sky and Vato. I'm starting to be like, I'm starting to get excited because they start to play better as time goes on. And we just have but time right now. It's running down, though.
Yeah, for sure. I'm ready to get back in this game. Balla, you are as well. I think we're going to send it back over to Sundown and Shy. Gentlemen, back over to you. The action roll.
Thank you so much, Zeke and Balla. All good, Shy, no worries. But I'm so excited, like you said. We saw so many of those guys up on that top board. It's so incredibly dense. 52 players in this.
I think there's like 30 minutes left.
And again, the 4 final spots. We're coming down to it right now. That line, because the Mr. Savage and Benji Fishy duo have already qualified, would be 54 points. 51 was on the bottom. 3 points separating everyone. That's how tall you have to be to ride the ride. And Storm Surge is on again, Shaq.
The pressure is active in EU, and we are in pressure plant as well. The lava's hot.
Oh, God.
The skins look hotter. The guns look very nice as well with that new camo that's out in the shop as well. A lot of edits going up and around. Once again, Geyser's up in play. A lot of free rotation, free shots being taken too. But a miss coming in for Speezy, very, very close. The opponent's head. Baller's getting shot down on Storm line. Once again, a very good position. A lot of people playing for
45 minutes.
Advantage points and then milking those elims rather than getting them on the fly. The guys are being baited now. Can the beams come through?
23.
HP on that opponent. His fly gets cut short.
Nice.
Jarko's going down now. Where's his dual partner? We don't know. His finish is going to be coming out now as these sweaty soccer skins, Alex and Speezy, are just going to be tearing up this low ground, making sure no one's allowed to be this tall for this EU ride on the northeast side of the map.
And you see them actually able to get into the mid-ground. Alex was the player from the Winter Route who hadn't played competitive before. It was just always in the arena duos and said, hey, I'm pretty good at Fortnite. And through the open structure has now been in all of these end games. But Speezy now going to opt to tarp away. We'll see the conversion happen onto Alec and now has to make some tough decision in terms of loot. Is going to drop the heavy snipe in favor of taking the rift. Will he opt to fix anything else up? And you can see now just trying to go back through and just make sure he gets every possible little bit he can.
In these solo spots, when you have to face off against other duos, those spam weapons are always vital. That choice of keeping the drum gun and the AR even on low ammo, Speezy knows at some point is going to be a desperate motion on the low ground or mid ground in terms of making sure that spam is up on opponents' builds. So very smart decision there as we tune into the Fnatic boys. Motor and V-Rock's going to be looking at their own loot at the bottom here. Have a rift to go as well. Shadows available to get caught up after grabbing the rift, but Motor misses out on those. Not sure if that'll affect them later on. Once again, there are a lot of geysers and a lot of ways to trickle down from height to stay on top of rotation, but that might be a big hit for their loadout and overall play this game.
Yeah, I really hope Varrox grab those because honestly, Shadows are the most consistent in terms of the utility tool. Being able to rotate, you have either top down or down.
The stream follows in here and Skeet.
Make really clutch plays in a pinch. As you see, a lot of other people rotating the good old-fashioned way. It's Fortnite, the battle is building, and everyone is tarping up the side of pressure plate and trying to do damage because that Storm Surge is still active. You can see Motor and Barracks about 9 points off that pace right now to be in the top 10, 12 points off qualification pace. What can they do to get themselves closer? There they are. There are the shadows we saw earlier. Will he be able to grab them? Is that another misgrab coming out from Motor? And we talked about the clutch and the pressure being on. Now actually misses himself in one of the chug splashes too, but doesn't matter. Call him an action hero as he slides down the side of the volcano and finds the elim.
Very smart loop balance from those duos as well. Vrox goes down, but he did have a slurp ticking while he let Motor play with those chug splashes. You know, it's easy to have a very efficient chug splash in duos, but on rotation, it's very hard to hit you and your partner. So very smart decisions there. Motor has to be smarter now in a 1v2 situation, using all his mats, around 800 left now as people go down left and right. 26 people left alive, 18 duos, no placement yet. Once again, 7th zone, and a lot of pressure coming down on Motor. His
he's dead.
Down, still has those chug splashes to use on
use the
move, making
chugs.
sure that zone damage is not a problem. Shields, not a problem, as he gets all the way back up to 100
Oh,
HP.
God.
Once again, his early game was amazing.
He's dead.
Get those guns out of front. His life goes down as well to Moday.
And he misses the top 15, so no placement points there. But very happy about that, as Bato is still in the lobby. You have Ibu High now with the combat and the point, still rolling around in the ball. And Proxima Star, who was in the top 3, also picking it up there. And Proxima Star being the player who's been around forever, since like the original Summer Skirmish. So good to see his name back up there as Flabo picks up Wraith's Guard, and we're closing in on the top 10. High trying to find a decent amount of space there in the middle, but somebody is way up on Ultimate High as we're rotating around. Zeke gets blasted by Flavo in the back. Will the elim come through? No, he's able to find the zone, but not able to pop it up, as now all of a sudden Old Man Melt, and 1-2 players up top. This is when you wish you had Shadow Bombs. Matsu and Ibu High on the mid ground. Ibu High gets that, but Proxima Star and his teammate just gets a rain down shot on the rest of the lobby. Ibu High trying to find some space to exist, but he's gonna have to go back over now into the plant. There's only Ibu High in a 1v2, and that's not gonna be enough. Fury Legend and Proxima Star going to close that one out. 6 elims and the victory round. That's how they were at 57 points. That's what got them up there, and hopefully they can keep on that pace to qualify.
They ended that game so fast, still had 9 impulses and 2 smoke grenades left at the end, but they decided to just give the lobby a whole haircut as we move in. Once again, the same zone.
Benji and Mr. Fresh and Mr. Savage.
On this 5th zone rotation,
Fresh.
a lot of mats can just be saved as well when you're up in the air, not taking
Hold on. We're gonna go on Europe servers. I'm at Oceanic, and okay. Let's see. Mr. Fresh, come on. Twins, let's go. Twins qualified. Where's... No, 86. Wait, 100 to 128. Oh. Who did he play with? Pharrell? Uh, 10, 1, 100 hits. Okay, let's see the twins game. Alright. Let's see this one. Wait, how did, you can't click on them. GG, Europe. Watch live. 5 games. I think Ace is, yeah, Ace is after this. Risky. Edgy. Fury Legendary. Alright, GG's. See you guys next time.